Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsay's Little Library. I am here with another BookList Thursday. So BookList Thursday is something that I do with Lisa from Books and Smiles and Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with a specific subject and books we will recommend or maybe not recommend for you to read based upon that subject. So I've been having so much fun doing this. Let's get started. So this week's subject is the last 5 books I DNF'd. So this is a little tough for me because the stubborn need to finish part of me doesn't DNF books an awful lot. So I'm going to give you one book that I did DNF and other books that maybe I should have DNF'd. We'll give that a whirl. Now, keep in mind, everybody's opinion is their own. These books are favorites of some people and maybe they will be something that you will like. It just didn't work for me. So I'm not saying they're horrible books, just wasn't my just didn't resonate with me. Full disclaimer there. So first book that I DNF'd most recently was Lincoln in the Bardo by George Saunders. I had such high hopes for this book. The whole premise of it, that it takes place in a cemetery at night. It focuses on the ghosts who live in the cemetery, and it really focuses on Lincoln's son Willie, who passed away when he was in office. So Willie is buried at the cemetery. He is living there as a ghost. It takes place in one night. I think it really focuses in on kind of just the tragedy that happened to him, him being a child when he passed away, and I really had high hopes for it. The whole premise still sounds awesome to me, but it's the way it was written. I just couldn't get into it. I was confused, I was bored, I didn't find myself going back to it, so I gave it up. Yeah. Alright, the next few books are books I wish I would have DNF'd, but again, I can be stubborn, so I didn't. First thing is Everything I Never Told You by Celeste, I don't remember, Ning. A lot of people really like this book, and that's great, it's fantastic. I was just bored. I was really bored. I was looking for something new. So it follows a Chinese-American family in the 1970s. Their daughter passes away, and that's kind of where you start, and it really follows what happens to the family throughout it. But I really found it that I just didn't care, which makes me sound like a horrible person, but I just didn't enjoy it, even though it was short. So I did finish it, just wasn't one of my favorites. Next one, I don't even know where I got this book, but it's As Red as Blood by Sala Samuka. I know that this was translated, this is originally published in Italian, it was translated into English. It's a psychological thriller. Basically this, she's a high school student, witnesses something, gets involved in something with the popular crowd. She probably shouldn't, but now she's kind of in this thing that happened, and then you have to figure out what is she going to do about it. It was okay. I don't know if I lost something in translation. It wasn't as thrillerish as I really wanted it to be, if that makes sense. The next one I read in my post 50 Shades of Grey. Kind of still wanted some sort of smutty-ish book to read. So we picked up Madam X by Jacinda Wilder, and it was fine. I don't think anything was going to compare to 50 Shades of Grey, so it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. But this follows Madam X. She is a high society escort and kind of follows how she got into it and why she does this and a little bit about her clientele that comes to her and kind of what her rules are. So it's Christian Grey, but in the female form. And it was fine. I really should have just given up on it. It just, lost me. And then the last one. Now, please don't hate me, but I really couldn't stand this book, and I'm so sorry. But it's The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. Again, it was okay, and this follows the first serial killer that he took a number of victims during the World's Fair, late 1800s. The parts about the serial killer definitely had me intrigued because holy buckets, this dude was smart. He was so smart, and he was business smart, and he knew how to hide things. He knew the right girls to take, because during the World's Fair, a number of people were migrating to Chicago and just leaving their homes. And remember, this is back in the day where it was hard to kind of you'd have to write a letter home or send a telegram home, which was not common. So you basically say, okay, bye mom and dad, I'm gonna go to the World's Fair, I'm gonna be gone for like a month. They don't know that that woman's in trouble or not coming back until months later. So he knew who to pick, he knew what to do, he knew where to hide him, he knew what businesses to kind of have as a front. Very interesting. So yes, that part of the book was great. The part describing the World's Fair. Now I like history, I like nonfiction historical novels, I like historical fiction novels. It bored me to death. I'm sorry. It could have been so much better. Sorry, Eric Larson. I'm not giving up on Eric Larson. There's his novel, I believe, Deep Wake, follows the sinking of the Lusitania, maybe, which I'm gonna give a try. I'm gonna try audio this time. Maybe that was my problem and I should have listened to audio. I know better, especially with stuff that is very historically accurate. I need more audiobooks, but I just didn't love it and I should have given up on it, but I didn't. I did persevere. I was happy to see the serial killer side of things, but the rest of it, I didn't care about the gardens, basically. So that's it. Those are the last 5 books I DNF'd. Again, they just weren't for me. It's not that they're horrible books. I know this is on a lot of people's favorite books of all time. I know that people devour this book and love this book to death. It just wasn't for me, not my style. So there you have it. Let me know, what are some books, or what does it take for you to DNF a book? Leave that in the comments below. Make sure you pop over to Lisa's channel and Sarah's channel and check out what they have DNF'd recently. I'll leave their links to their channels in the description below. Hopefully maybe they're a little bit better at DNFing books and not enjoying than I am. I don't know. It's a problem. I know it. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.